Okay, all right, here we go. Here we go. All right, good afternoon, everybody. This is Vernon watching with WBQP TV 12. We got another exciting show for the Pensacola Wants to Know show. We got a exciting weekend coming up next weekend that we're going to talk to you about. We're going to be talking about talking to a group of people that's involved with an organization called Change Today Tomorrow. And I know I'm getting it right with the Change Today Tomorrow organization, and we have a lot of folks that's involved with this, and they're going to have an event on April the 30th downtown in Belmont and the Villa, and so let's just get into it and let's talk to those folks that's involved with this organization. I have first of all, I have with me the CEO of the organization, Dr. Tony Steele. Dr. Steele?
Yes, sir.
How's it going? And I see we got a lot of participants in this organization here that's going to be involved with the event on next weekend. And I just want to get you to start us off here and tell us about what's going on, and I would just tell him as an overview of what's going on next weekend, and then I want to get into about the organization and about these fine people that we have on here today. Okay.
Okay. So from the beginning, Change Tomorrow Today, 365 Incorporated is just what the name says, that you can change tomorrow, today, 365 days a year. And so the mission started because I had a sister group, and we would meet every Thursday, once a week. And I had 15 ladies in the first group, young ladies in the first group. And so many of their lives were changed because we were meeting as sisters in love with one another, praying for one another, sharing our hopes and dreams, and trying to get to that part where we all want to be, which is to walk in our purpose. And because of that sister group that I started, I was prompted to start it by someone in the community. It made a spiritual, physical, and mental difference in the ladies' lives who attended that Mr. Chair, do you want to? We have our chair for the
Yeah.
change tomorrow today.
Leroy's the chair.
Yes.
How about it, Leroy? Talk to about in terms of the organization, the officers of the organizations and so forth. So, and I know some of these fine people here as a member of this organization.
Yeah, so we currently have Chantrell on here too. She's our secretary. I'm the chair, of course. We have two other officers that were unable to make it, but it's Craig Broughton and Michael Diggs. Craig is the vice chairman, and Michael Diggs is the community leader. So he deals with community involvement.
Okay, all righty. You said that who was it the secretary? Who was the secretary again?
Chantrell.
Chantrell. Okay, Chantrell. Did you want to offer some comments?
I think that they pretty much put it in a nutshell. I don't know if I have a follow-up after that. But I just want to say, stay tuned and watch out for what Change Tomorrow Today has in store for the community of Pensacola and those surrounding it as well.
Okay, all righty. Now, this organization having an event next weekend, and I understand the name of the organization. I mean, the name of the event is the Community Love Affair, right? Am I correct about that?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
And
now,
how appropriate it is.
All right. Well, let's talk about that. How did it become the Community Love Affair?
Mm-hmm. Well, most of us, we've either been in love or want to fall in love, want to get some love from someone somewhere. And so that's why the name of the event is called the Community Love Affair. We want to embrace our community with love. We want to embrace the citizens in this community with love. There are a lot of changes. We have a lot of new people moving from other states, moving into our community. And some of us, feel a little left out. And some of us just don't know how to bring the love, how to show the love, and I'm tired of hearing about hate. That's how the title all came about.
Right.
As I would watch Facebook or watch television, there was some hate being portrayed to certain groups of people for no reason at all. How can you hate someone you don't know? And so this is an opportunity at this event to get to know people, to mingle with people, to come have fun, to eat, to laugh, to cry if necessary. And I hope those tears will be happy cries. We're going to be available there to encourage whoever wants to be encouraged. I know we're coming out or trying to end this pandemic. So even I'm a hugger. And, I've been holding back wanting to hug, but, we still got those elbows working and we can do those knuckles like we've been doing just to show the people that we care and that we love and that we appreciate them as being citizens. And in addition to that, not only are we going to eat and have fun and laugh and cry and whatever is necessary, be emotional, but in a good, fun way, loving way. We have some people that are going to be there that's going to provide some information that people may want to know about. As it relates to housing in our area. We've got the chief of police, well, not the chief of police, but we have the Pensacola Police Department that's going to be available. And they're going to flip the burgers and the dogs for us, and that's a real nice gesture. We've got the Pensacola Fire Department coming out, and they're just going to be there to demonstrate safety for us. And also our citizens will get an opportunity to sign up and have the fire department come out and install free smoke alarms in their houses. We'll have a list for the city of Pensacola residents to sign up, and then we'll have a list for the county residents to sign up as well. They won't give you the fire alarms, but they will come out. If you sign up, they'll come out and install it free, no charge. And so things like that. We have CDAG who's going to come. That's Community Alcohol and Drug Association, CDAG. They're going to come out and talk about the abuse of vaping, and how to prevent that. And for those who need intervention, talk about some of that. And so there are, in addition to all the fun, the food, the laughter, the hugs, the knuckle bumps, and the elbow bumps, we will be available to do whatever it takes. If it takes a smile to make someone be encouraged and to feel better living in this community, we are going to give lots of smiles. lots of eye contact. And so whatever it takes, however it makes, different things happen for different people, people can be sad, but a smile is free. If you give a person a smile and they're having a bad day, that's going to make a big difference for some people. So it's all about love. We want those who have a lot of love to give to come and give, and those who are looking for love, come get some. So it's a lovely day. We're going to have lovely weather, and we have the military coming out to support us and do whatever is necessary to keep us afloat at the event and help the vendors out and packing and unpacking and getting their tables set up. Currently, we have 38 vendors on the roll. We have about 14 people that are going to provide entertainment and other things. We have food vendors. We have pretty much everything. I mean, that a person could come to and be free. Now, mind you don't have to purchase anything, but things will be there available to purchase. We even have an herbalist coming to show, a young man, as a matter of fact, Felon, coming to show us how to start our own garden. And we need that, because the goal is to become self-sufficient. There were times when I went in the grocery store within the past year or so, and I wanted a particular item and I couldn't get it because it wasn't on the shelf. It wasn't in the produce section. So we need to learn how to be able to supply those things for ourselves and for our community. All
right. Now, where is this event going to be held now?
Oh, on the blocks, the historical blocks, which is Belmont and DeVillers and the surrounding areas. So that's where it's going to be. Our vendors will be located across the street from Five Sisters Cafe. And we have some of the buildings where our entertainers and our participants are using inside to present some at different times. And shortly, we're going to have a timeline. And you can see exactly when our entertainers are going to perform and where they're going to perform. If you've always been curious about line dancing, we have a line dancing instructor, Pat Watts, who's going to walk us through some line dancing, not the wobble or the electric slide. We kind of got those down packed, but some other line dancing, okay? And she said to me, she said, when I'm instructing, she said, I don't move to the next step until everybody's got that first step. So I said, well, I'm in that boat. I won't expect you to move until I got it down packed. And so, that's the kind of fun we have. And I love to do line dancing. Me and my husband has went out a couple of times to some banquets and balls, and we getting out there doing the old school, old style, and everybody around us jumping and hopping in the same direction. And we don't know how to do it. So we're looking forward to that. They put us off the dance floor because we don't know how to do that.
Well, I know it's going to be a lot of fun. What time it start and how long will it last?
Well, we start at 7 a.m. Jump in there, Mr. Chair, whenever you want to, but we start at 7 a.m. and we're starting with intercessors, those who want to come out and pray our atmosphere for our community, for the county, for the state of Florida, for internationally. Prayer won't hurt. It can help, though, if we pray right and have the right people praying. And so I've asked intercessors to come out at 7 a.m. and pray. We're just going to stand on the corner of Belmont, maybe walk up and down the block a bit and just pray, because we want an atmosphere of love. We want an atmosphere. We want everybody to feel the love. We want everybody to be happy, to be among the people with kindred spirits and be in love with one another in a good citizen-like way. And so then after that, we'll have a continental breakfast and we'll do some meet and greets, and then we'll start to set up. Vendors can come in and start setting up at 8:39 until 10 o'clock, because we have to block off the parking lot that they're in. So vendors will have until 10 o'clock to get in and get set up. And we're going to have more information for our vendors next week via Zoom. We'll send out a schedule, and that meeting will be recorded. So if you can't make it at the time that we've set for everyone to join the Zoom, don't worry, it will be recorded and you can listen at your convenience. And so we go on through the day, and we're not going to end until we've satisfied the adults with some adult activities in the evening time. So we're planning to end at about 9 p.m. So it's going to be a full day. Family is welcome. All race of people are welcome. There's no limit as to who can come. We're inviting any and everybody to come. And when you come with love on your mind and your hearts. And if you have it to give it, polite. It doesn't cost a penny to be polite. Yeah. Not 1 cent.
Okay. Now, I understand you're going to have a series of vendors, and we have some vendors here with us
Yes.
today. And I want to give the vendors an opportunity to say something about their business and what they're going to be offering at this event on next Saturday. And any vendors, any of you can start. That's is a vendor.
Okay, well, I'll take the floor. Tommy White with East Kings Corner Cafe, located at 1400 Davis Highway, the corner of Davis and Lee on the historical east side of Pensacola. We'll be out with our mobile food trailer. Well, it's a snowball trailer, but we do also food out of it. So we'll have some smoked wings, smoked ribs. We'll be doing our homemade, handmade hamburgers, and also our snowballs. May do a couple of things out of that, but we'll have that out. The snowball is always a great treat for an atmosphere like this. And people really enjoy our, when we do our homemade, handmade hamburgers in front of them, cooked to order. And then, of course, our ribs and our smoked wings that we do on a daily basis at the cafe. So we do have a brick and mortar at 1400 Davis Highway, as well as one mobile trailer, and we are looking to bring another one on board. And also, Miss Anderson, I was talking to my wife. She has a mobile boutique, and I was telling her that this would be an awesome event for her to come out also. So I may be talking to you about another space, another vendor spot. So for her to bring out her mobile boutique, she has the latest boutique. It's Tracy's Boutique, and it sits on the same property as the cafe in her mobile space. So I'll just speak with you on that offline. So we may be doing 2 vendor spaces with you all.
Well, thank you. We look forward to having all of our vendors because we certainly want to recognize our Black business owner. And I shop everywhere. You know, I'm not being a racist when I say that, but we certainly want to put you in the forefront. And so I'd love to have her. So we will discuss that later on. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Well, Tony, it's interesting that you say that about the Black vendors. I attended another event so that they had on 9 Mile Road where they had a whole bunch of vendors, Black vendors. And, you know, the interesting part about that is that sometimes we don't always know who our vendors are in our community, the Black businesses. And this is an opportunity for you to come down and see these Black businesses, because oftentimes they can't afford to advertise on TV and radio and so forth, and they depend on the word of mouth. But when you get into an event like yours that you're having, that you get a chance to not only see the vendors, but you can try out some of their goods and services and food and so forth. So it's great. So now is also the time to all those Black vendors that they want a little airtime, now go ahead and talk about your business. Now, Tommy just finished his, and we'll go to the next person that's going to be participating, and tell me what your business is all about.
Hello, my name. Oh, go ahead.
Excuse me. I think Mr. Washington may want to go now.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Is he there? His mic might be muted.
Unmute your mic.
Benny? I don't see. He's gone already. I don't see him. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The next vendor.
Okay.
John.
Well, we have
John.
Okay.
Unmute your mic, John.
Okay, my name is John Walker, and I got excited when my wife told me about the community love affair. I said, look, I want to be a part of that, right? So my name is John Walker. I'm an insurance agent for United American Insurance Company. And why am I here? Why I want to be a part of this is to leave a legacy. We believe in leaving a legacy for the next generation, not only future benefits for our families, but also current benefits in case one of our loved ones gets sick. And one of the things that brought me to this, as far as insurance, term life insurance, whole life insurance, cancer cash programs that's available. A lot of times we don't even know what's available in our community, that what's available. So when tragedy or certain things happen, we end up have to run and rob Peter to pay Paul. We do a lot of volunteer work of donations to take care of our community. But what I purpose to do is to bring this to the forefront as it relates to some of the products that's available for our community. You want to say something?
And we thank you for coming out. That is really important. A lot of people, we don't think to get that insurance in advance. So it is a good thing that you're able. That's what I'm talking about. At the Community Love Affair, we're going to have presenters and participants that are going to share with us information that we need to know. And I've had some family members be in a situation where they didn't have the funds to bury their loved ones. They had to rob Peter to pay Paul and some other people too to get the funds up, because the funeral home can't do their job if they don't have their funds up front.
Yes. So recently, we had a situation recently, like when we're taking care of other people's issues or whatever. One of my uncles, and he's retired Air Force. I'm thinking he lived right across in my own neighborhood, and something happened to him through the COVID situation, and he's taking care of his family, so forth, so on. Found out that he didn't have coverage really to have a proper burial. And that hit me. That hit me real hard, because I'm looking outside of my family, and here's somebody in the house that it could have benefited from some type of product. It doesn't have to be the world, $1 million insurance company. Doesn't have to be 500,000, 20,000 or whatever, but something that's going to have bury us in dignity. But I believe in going beyond that, far as leaving a legacy for our children and those around. Also, we have a product. It's called the Cash Cancer Plan. It's a family plan, individual plan, a single parent plan. For any first diagnosis of cancer, if a person have a cancer in the household, they're eligible to receive from $10,000 up to $50,000 cash. And it's a one-time. So if you already had cancer, that wouldn't count. But somebody that never had cancer, except for maybe skin, melanoma cancer, those type of issues. But if it's internal, you have cancer, and it's fairly reasonable rates for anybody. And at the rate that we're going now, almost 40% of people in America will be diagnosed with cancer. Might be something small that can be taken care of, and there may be some extreme cases, but there are things that's available to maybe replace some income, case that for radiation or whatever's taking place, they will release cash to that individual, and you can do whatever you want to do with it. Mm-hmm. So multiple plans, there's so much that's available for us. It's just a matter of now. I know nobody wants to think about, these emerging issues, right? These emergency issues, but they do happen. They happen not just for older people. A lot of times when we look at this, we're thinking about, mama, grandmama, but these days right now, things can happen to you at a young age, 20, 25, 15, 16, 32. And that's part of the estate building. That's part of taking care of your estate. So definitely, I'm looking forward to the Community Love Affair. I'm looking forward to just sharing some wisdom, knowledge, and, want to celebrate, want to love on my own people for a change.
That's it. Okay. Thank you. Great presentation. Looking forward to seeing you again.
Yes. And I'm just going to go next. That's my husband, if you don't mind. Yeah, so I'm Dr. Walker, and I'm coming to feed the spirit and the soul. I'm a theologian, also a licensed ordained minister, an international author of 2 books. The first one dealing with emotional healing, Life After Loss, A Journey into Wholeness. The other one dealing with prayer and worship. And when I was told by Dr. Steele about the theme, I know I have love to bring. And so I'm excited because I'm going to be offering what I call mini life and vision coaching sessions, a book signing. I remember when I attended an event that she invited me to, Black History Month, there was a man that came to me and said he had just lost his mom. And I was able to pray for him, offer him my book that allows us to go through that healing process and to emerge into wholeness. And so that's what I'm bringing. I'm also going to be bringing Afrocentric and cultural books for children, the youth, adults, books dealing with understanding your purpose, moving into your destiny, being empowered and built up. I've been in Pensacola about 18 years, and I just love the community, and I want to see us maximize. My company is called Maximize You, and we're fearfully and wonderfully made, and God has a plan for all of us. And so it doesn't matter your age. I am coming to bring love the best way I know how from the one who created us. Again, that's Maximize You, and thank you so much for having me on. I'm looking forward to that day on April 30th.
And you are quite welcome. And we're going to maximize that community love affair to be just what the Most High ordered. Okay. And I thank you.
Yeah, I see. We have Jesse Walker, a good friend of mine. Jesse, are you going to have your craft there?
Yes, I am.
So tell us about your business, Jesse, and how well it worked for folks. And I want to tell a little short story about you when you finish, okay?
Okay. I'm a hypnotherapist and several other things too. A photographer, hypnotherapist, electronics, machinist, about 9 different things. But I started off as I'm doing hypnotherapy now, but I'm going to bring something to our people here in Pensacola that we just don't see too often because we didn't know about it for one thing. When I started taking hypnosis, wasn't anybody in it. I thought maybe just my class was like that. Well, it wasn't. Right now we have 18,000 people in the National Guild of Hypnotists, but at a convention you only see about 3 or 4 of us. It's a very lucrative field. We just don't know about it. And then when we got in there, we found out a lot of things. And I like to sit up front. So we found out that the Greeks didn't start hypnosis. It was started by Egypt. It was started in Egypt. Now that's in the books now. It wasn't when we first got in there. But in this particular field, it's about 18,000 just in one organization, which is the world's largest National Guild of Hypnotists. But it's only about 100 of Blacks in it. And I have never seen anybody advance faster than we do when we get in this particular field. Of the 18,000 in our field, 3 of the top in the field in the nation are minorities, are Blacks. Because once you get into this field, for some reason, you just advance. It's automatic, because most of us grew up in the church anyway. So what happened is the fact that as a motivational speaker, you start out, you do that. In my case, I was born in the 10-yard, as you know. I was born in 10-yard, so they told all of us from the beginning, day one, you can be anything that you want to be. So we came out of that area thinking that, feeling that anyway. So it wasn't anything to teach us. We just was around other people that was doing it. So what I would like to do is show us how we could benefit from it. Now, we benefit from it in a lot of ways because once we teach motivation to someone and teach it at a level of doing hypnosis and meditation with it, you'll see the results immediately. We have students that are doing much better. It makes you feel good to see a student that thought he was a C student, and now he's a straight A students. And when you see something like that, you say to yourself, man, I wish I had that when I was in school. But this is a very lucrative field. So I'm gonna be down on the blocks, back on the blocks again, because I was down there many years ago when I was a photographer. But I'll be back on the blocks on the 30th, teaching us how to become therapists in hypnosis, because the motivational speakers is something that we do naturally. And I have never seen an athlete or student that couldn't be improved by using his imagination, because that's basically what you're doing. If you walk into the classroom and think that you're an A student, you'll be disappointed for B. But if you walk in there thinking you want to see yourself out, you might get a D. So just try this particular field. And I'm going to show them something on the 30th that a lot of people haven't seen before, Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go to another stage with it. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it because we love everybody here, and everybody I see here on this stream love our community. So we're starting out big, we're starting out nice, and I love it because all of us love this community.
Okay, well, very good, very good. You know, one of the things I'll tell you a little story about hypnosis. Some people don't believe in it, but you know, I guess what you believe is what you believe. But I think, Jesse, you helped me. I'm involved with the dance world. I've never been a dancer in my life, but I got involved with Dance Connection and became a part of Dance Connection. But in order to be a part of the organization, I had to learn to dance, right? And you helped me with that. You helped me with my confidence of dancing. So now the rest is history because my confidence was really low and trying to get out there, and because I knew I was the world's worst dancer, I thought. But after a session or two with you, I'm telling you, it changed my life. It really changed my life in dance world. So folks that don't believe in it, I say before you say anything, you have to try it before you deny it. Okay, that's what I tell folks all the time. Okay,
Mr. Watson, I'd like to add, if you don't mind, is that Mr. Walker, he will be there at the event, giving the love that he has. He's in my book, he's a special man. But he's going to do the session in the Gordon Arts Center, which is right down on the Village Street next to Blue Dots. And he will start telling us about this at 4:00 in the Gordon Art Center downtown next door to Blue Dots, if anyone wants to join him in that room.
Okay. Very good, very good. Now I want to talk to next is Simone. Simone, what is your involvement with this? You need to turn your mic on. Simone. All right.
Yes. How you doing? I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm honored to be a part of the Love Affair organization. My name is Simone Polk, but I go by Monet. I have here my brother who is always with me. He's also going to be accompanying me for the event as well. I'm one of the entertainer singers that's going to be there. I will start at 5 p.m. I'm going to do about 4 or 5 songs, just bringing love, bringing joy, getting ready for just showing the young youth that love does exist. That's why I'm excited to be a part of this organization, because it just shows that, you know, even though I'm young, that no matter what you go through, hurt, pain, the love is still around. You can find love anywhere, family, you know, friendships, you know, love is here. It's in me. And I just want to share my emotion, my passion, and what I do through my music. So I'm very excited.
Are you prepared to give us a little sample of what you're going to be doing? I don't want to put you on the spot.
Actually.
You can? Well, let's do it, girl. Let's do it.
Okay, so I can do a little bit of my single that I just dropped. It's called Fallen. It's on all streaming platforms. So I'm going to go ahead and do it for you guys. Wake me up. I just want to feel your touch. I don't think I had enough of you. It's so dangerous, 'cause I don't want to lose your love and have my feelings all caught up on you. I told him I don't want to fall just yet. You dived into my heart and I just couldn't resist. Eyes were locked in, then you kissed my lips so gently. And baby, I don't want to fall so fast. I'm trying to guard my heart because forever don't last. Disappointments in the past, realizing that some love just don't come easy.
All
All
righty.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Very good. Well, we got.
Thank
I
you.
see. I see. Right now, we're gonna have a fun day, y'all.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
gonna have a
sir.
real
Yes, sir.
fun day. Wow.
Yes, sir. Very eventful. I am excited. I'm just honored to be on board.
Okay. All right.
Have
All right. I know that we heard from Theola. Theola, you turn your mic on and tell us about what we can expect from you. Turn your mic on, sugar.
All right, Theola Bright here from Mobile, Alabama. And I will be representing TC Bright Productions Ministry. And what we do, we use the arts to promote the good news gospel, culinary, literary, performing, and visual arts, and arts and crafts and things like that, which is what I'm going to be bringing with me. I'm going to be one of the vendors there. I will have a fashions, African artifacts, as well as information about Africa, because that's one of the things I will need is to know where they came from, and this will elevate their self-esteem. So I teach that, and I'll be passing out literature on that as well as.
Okay. Did we lose her?
She froze.
Yeah, she froze. Yeah, sometimes with the Zoom, we got to have good Wi-Fi sometimes to do that.
I think we have Mr. Washington back. Let's see who that is right there. Can
Is-
you
is
let
it-
him in, please?
I don't see him. I don't see him in here.
It's Ben's iPhone. BENES. Who is that?
Yeah, but he got his mic. He got his mic muted. So
Okay.
so
Well, we'll
I'm
just go to the
I'm sure he would join us. Sure he'd join us in just a few
I'm
minutes.
back again.
Chantel.
Okay, there's-
Chantel.
No, that's Miss Diola. Miss Diola.
Okay.
Miss Diola says
Yes.
she. Mhm.
Miss Theola,
We
you
lost-
kind of we kind of lost you in mid-flight.
I took flight with you there.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Watson. But I'm so glad to be a part of this. And when you say love, we all need love. We're seeking love, want to be loved. This is the time for us to show love to each other and get to know each other.
That's it.
And change tomorrow. This is being habits, creatures of habit. Change is one of those difficult things for us to do. So this is an opportunity for us to come together and come up with ideas on how we can change and make things better. So I'm glad to be a part of that. And thank you so much for inviting me and having me on your show here too, Mr. Watson.
All right. Thank you. Not a problem at all. Okay. Let's go to Chantrell. What you got going on with it, Chantrell?
Now I'm the officer. I'm the secretary, remember? So I'll be there supporting anything. And you'll see me around with with Dr. Tony and Leroy and the rest of the board members, just supporting and being anywhere that I can be and fitting in. So yeah, I'm excited with all of the talent and the information with all of our people coming together. This is exciting. Actually, a little fact, this is my first year in Pensacola. So as of next month, I've been here a year. So my whole goal was to be able to come out and be active in the community and get to know people like yourselves in the community of Pensacola. Because back home in Daytona, that's where I'm from, I was very active, and I'm from Daytona. So, it's always community. It's always our people, Mary McLeod Bethune. And so I am looking forward to what Pensacola has to offer. I'm looking forward to the beauty of Pensacola and getting familiar with you all and making new connections and making friendships and lifelong relationships out of this as well.
All righty. Thank you very, very much. We hadn't heard from Dr. Polk yet. She's got a picture on there, and her mic is mute, but we'd like to see what your involvement with this is, Dr. Polk.
Hi. I'm just here to be a part. I'm excited about what's going on with the program and what you're going to be doing for our community. And I'm here to help support the entertainment department with Monet Polk. So I'm just excited about what you guys are doing and just keeping the program in prayer. Thank you.
All righty. Thank you very much. And I see we have Melissa as well. Melissa, do you want to chime in?
I guess I can chime in. Thank you so much. I'm Melissa Polk, and I'm here today to support my niece, Simone. But I have an event that morning, but I'll be there in the afternoon. I'm going to sign up as a vendor to promote the Gospel of Grant Writing, which is a 2-hour weekend workshop. And the first one, I'll do 4 a year in this local area that I will host personally. And it will be at Sanders Beach at the community center here the last Friday. The first one is the last Friday of May. And the theme is from purpose to provision. And that's biblically based because there's a scripture in Isaiah that says where God guides, he provides. And so for me, the gift of grant writing was something that I was blessed with. And it's an opportunity for me to show love and share. And I'm excited about doing that. And I'm excited about this event. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ms. Melissa, please contact me so we can get you on the roll.
Okay.
Simone has my telephone number if you want to get it from her.
Okay, will do.
Thank you so much. It sounds really interesting. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Now, look like I'm assuming it's Benny. Is Benny Washington from JB Sports and Associates? Is he on yet? I thought that was his cell phone that we might.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and if he's listening, tell him he's on mute, and if he want to chime in, we want to try to get him in here because he's involved with this organization. And Tony, if we can't not get him in as right now, could you tell a little bit about what he does and what his business is?
Like he said earlier, he had to leave to go pick up kids so that he can tutor them. How nice is that?
Yeah.
Not only to be tutored but you're going to get a ride too by your tutor. And so he does that, and then he enjoys the sports. He was a coach for a long time in Escambia County. And so he's teaching whoever wants to know how to do basketball or whatever sport. I know basketball is one of the main focuses, but I'm probably sure, he's got other teams and other types of activities in sports. But I just saw recently that I think it was in the Pensacola News Journal on the news that he has his own facility now. So kudos to that.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the address. I wish he was on to tell us more about it, but it was on the news, I believe is where I saw it. It could have been Facebook, but he does have his own facility now for the kids. So he can tutor them at the facility and he can do all the things that they need to do to learn how to play sports. And learning to be a good team player in sports, it rolls over into your life, If you can learn how to control your reactions and your emotions, I'm talking about those negative reactions and emotions, you learn it in being a good team player in sports. And so those young kids that he's helping now, it's going to carry over into their life, into their adult life. And so that's wonderful. That's a dream of mine, is that we prepare our younger people better to deal with their emotions and be able to resist the temptations to do wrong and to just receive the negativity. Because an adult told you that you're not worth a penny, doesn't mean anything unless you believe it.
Yeah.
And so we have to go and rewind the tapes, the memories in our young people's mind when people told them that, when children are born, we're not given instructions on how to raise them. And most parents try to do a decent job, but then we have the other parents who might not know how to do a decent job. So we got to help those people in the community who ask for help and need help so that we can come out of this clay, I call it. We can come up and break the generation curses, in a sense, because we saw somebody do it before. It doesn't mean that it's right, and don't mean that you have to continue to do it for another 60, 70, 80 years in your family.
Well, that's true. That is so true. Now, did we miss anybody? Because I want to give everybody an opportunity to have a word on here. Did we miss anybody, Dr. Steele?
No, sir. Everyone that I talked to have spoken, and I appreciate them doing that in the last few hours. Some of them, some maybe only had 2 hours to prepare, but they did well, and I'm so glad they responded to my call after you gave me to go ahead and get some people together for today. And I'm happy, and I want them to know that I'm available pretty much 24 hours, 7 days a week. I sleep very little because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to change things. And the only way I can do this is if I work hard at it. So, I'm looking at board. They're on the same mission that I'm on. And so we're going to do just what the nonprofit title states that we're all about. Change tomorrow, today, 365 days a year. So occasionally I get tired. When I get tired, I'll take a break for a minute or an hour, a day or two, but then I'm ready to roll. So I look forward to connecting more dots with everyone, and the more I look forward to growing tremendously so that we can get our funding and everything that we need to start our Chosen Heritage School for those in our community who want to learn and do better, learn more about their culture and about the way they were intended to be living, not the way it's been purposely framed for us to live.
Right. Now, this weekend, we're going to just kind of recap it here. We're going to start at I think the vendor's going to start sitting around 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, or 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
9 o'clock, but they need to be set up by 10, because if they are not there by 10, they're going to have to carry their stuff from wherever they park, and that could be a long ways away.
Yeah.
But we'll have the parking lot open from about 8:30 until we'll probably shut down at about 9:45.
Is it too late? Is it too late to get a vendor's booth?
No, it's not too late.
Who they need to call?
They can call me at this point, because I need to get them on the list right away, because we're going to do a timeline, and we're going to list all our vendors and put this out in the community. And so if they want to be a vendor, we need to get it no later than Saturday, because we're going to have a Zoom meeting for all of our vendors and our participants, telling them about the ins and outs and the do's and don'ts of being a vendor and a participant and an entertainer. They need to know, they need to ask questions to know what we're going to have available. For example, if you don't have a tent, there are going to be tents that you can rent for $30. But the table and chairs, there's no charge for that. Somebody may need some electricity. We need to know these things. So we're going to have a vendors, participant entertainers Zoom meeting real soon. That'll be at the beginning of next week, and everybody will know what they need to do and how to proceed in setting up.
Okay, now I noticed that you said there was their first year for this event. Is you planning that this is? I'm assuming that means this is going to be an ongoing situation.
Yes, sir.
Every year. Bear in mind the village.
Yes, sir. When you have one event and you do it a second time, it's even bigger. Third time, even bigger. I want it where everybody understands that we're promoting love. We're not promoting any of that hate. And we're promoting knowledge and education. And we're promoting learning how to be self-sustained, on how to sustain yourself and your family. we're learning that. We're learning how to manage our finances. Mr. Walker said, insurance, we walk around buying everything, cars and all that. And then when we die, the family's got to worry about trying to bury you. We need to cut that out. We need to be prepared for our future. And we need to prepare every day of the year for us. We need to grow and learn and change. We got to learn how to help people release the drama and trauma that they experience in their hearts, which causes them to make bad decisions and bad choices. And it can be done. It can be done. And it's not a hard thing to do. We just have to be patient.
How many vendors are you expecting?
May I ask a question?
Yes.
This is Theola.
Yes.
We're going to be until 10 at night. Is there going to be any lighting for the vendors?
Yes, ma'am. We have an electrician who's preparing all that for us. Won't be a problem. Our vendors, though, we're not expecting. We're not expecting our vendors to be through 9 o'clock. Our vendors' hours are from like 9 to 5. But if you want, we're going to be there until 9 because we have a lot of activities. And so if the crowd is there and you want to stay, you're welcome to stay. But we just assumed that you would be tired at 5. We just assumed that.
I did know that the vendors could leave at 5. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. But it's your choice. If you want to stay past 5, your choice.
Oh no, coming back to Mobile, 5 is good for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So in other words, it's going to be this next Saturday. Okay, yes, April the 30th, so we can get folks to understand it. April the 30th, you're on the market calendar right now, April the 30th. It's going to be an all-day affair down at the historic Belmont in the Villa, down on the blocks. And if you want to be a part of this, it's not too late. You can call. You can call somebody. Is that number? That 525-9620 number is a good number. You can use
that number, right? That's our administrative person in an executive way. And then you can also call my number. If you forget the numbers, just remember, change tomorrow today, 365.org. And all of the information, the applications, all of that is on the website. You go to change tomorrow today, 365.org. In the upper right, click on events and you'll click on the poster or the flyer, and on that flyer, go down to the bottom of it and click on vendors and the application. We have food vendors and we have vendors who are selling other products. So food vendors are $50, but other vendors, no food, is $25. And it's a donation to help us with the expenses. We're not making a profit, we're nonprofit.
Okay. I noticed that Reverend Jesse Turner was involved with this. What's his involvement with this? Let's talk about him for a minute.
Okay. Well, this event was planned we started planning or thinking about this event prior to the pandemic. Once we went into that COVID stage, we could have not, of course, hold the event. So as soon as things started lightening up as it related to the cases in Escambia County, as they were being tabulated of people dying from COVID and having COVID, the trend started to drop a little bit, we started planning last year. And Reverend JT, some refer to him as that. He's just an excellent resource for a community love affair event because he has an array of information about who does this, when, how, and where. And so he was able to lend a helping hand in getting us connected to you even though I knew about you, but he was connected. He was the piece in the middle that connected you and I. And then other people like Robert Hill, he's a sponsor, WRNE 980 AM, his church, Mount Moriah AME, Zion, Mr. Napoleon Williams. At one point, Miss Georgia Blackman was a part of this, but you may know what had happened in her life. But in any case, she's still available by phone. We talked with her by phone, and she came to some of the meetings as well. So we started out with those people, and they grew into what we have now. And so he was great in connecting the dots for us to be involved with. So Eddie Todd, And we have the approval of the Belmont and the Villas Neighborhood Association to do what we need to do to organize the event, and they support it. They support the Community Love Affair. And they are glad that this event is occurring, is what they have mentioned to us in their meetings, because we have attended their community meetings for the past 3 months or so, maybe longer. And so there were a lot of dots connected that Reverend JT allowed us to connect with and expose us to, so that we can get this program, this event organized as great as it has been organized, and get people to come in and to become vendors and to come in and want to volunteer. We have about 24 people volunteering for this event. And we're looking for more volunteers, because we've got to put up the chairs and put out the tables for our vendors. And we just got to make sure everything runs smoothly. Like our timeline that we're going to put together this weekend and have it ready by Monday. In print will tell us who's doing what at what time and where is the table. We're going to do a map of where the vendors are located. So when guests walk in, they want a map and they need a book. Then they'll know where Dr. Walker table is. They want to speak to Mr. Walker. They can walk over and talk to him and ask questions, and get answers to them. If they wanted to see Miss Theola Bright and go to her table and want to try on her outfit, she has some beautiful jewelry. I purchased some of it before. And we have kindred spirits. We met last year. And she's very, very great lady, bright. Her last name, that's what she is, very bright. So, anytime you're with someone or you meet someone, that's what you want them to be, full of light and laugh. You don't want to meet somebody who's going to drag you down because they're full of negativity. She's full of positivity. And so that's what we always look for. So our entertainer, Simone, people just come, and we say, yeah. And we welcome them in love for them and for the community, and the love they're going to show the community. So we're all about that. And it's great to know that everybody is so willing to support this event. And we're going to have to cut off the vendors by Saturday, because, we got to do some paperwork and get some things in order. If it was up to me, I'd try until the day of the event. But I know from an administrative perspective, that can't be done. And I've been warned that I can't accept any more vendors after Saturday.
Well, I want to thank you, because we're running out of time right now, but I want to thank you very much, number one, for putting on this event, because I think it's important that we should have this event. And in today's world, we should be spreading love around the world rather than spreading hate around the world. And I look forward to the event. I want folks to know that WBQP going to be on the scene live. We're going to be broadcasting most of it throughout the day, live coverage of it, so we can get people motivated to come down and participate with it. And with that, I appreciate everybody for coming on and taking the time out of their day in the middle of the afternoon, and letting folks know to do. Okay. Tony, I see you.
I just forgot to mention someone very important, and it wasn't until you mentioned that you would be recording and live. Real Women Radio will also be there.
Yes.
They'll have a DJ walking around talking to the vendors and the guests, so you'll get another opportunity, vendors, to promote your craft and your business via microphone on live radio. So prepare your elevator message for whatever it is that you want to say, because they're going to walk around to each vendor and don't talk to the guests too. And that would be broadcast on the Real Women's Radio.
Right.
Mr. Watson is going to be recording us live, physical. And that will be on television as well. So, with all of that publicity, that's going to be grand for you. And that we get an opportunity to love you back. And thank you for all the things that you do as a vendor, as a business person in this community.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much. We ran out of time, and I look forward to seeing everybody on next Saturday, April the 30th, down in Belmont in the Villa for the Community Love Fest. So with that, Pensacola, I see you next week on another edition of Pensacola Wants to Know. Thank you so much. Okay, all right, here we go. Here we go. Okay, all right, here we go. Here we go. Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Vernon watching with WBQP TV 12. We got another exciting show for the Pensacola Wants to Know show. We got a exciting weekend coming up next weekend that we're going to talk to you about. We're going to be talking about talking to a group of people that's involved with an organization called Change Today Tomorrow. And I know I'm getting it right with the Change Today Tomorrow organization, and we have a lot of folks that's involved with this, and they're going to have an event on April the 30th downtown in Belmont in the Villa, and so let's just get into it and let's talk to those folks that's involved with this organization. I have. First of all, I have with me the CEO of the organization, Dr. Tony Steele. Dr. Steele?
Yes, sir.
How's it going? And I see we got a lot of participants in this organization here that's going to be involved with the event on next weekend. And I just want to get you to start us off here and tell us about what's going on, and I would just tell him as an overview of what's going on next weekend, and then I want to get into about the organization and about these fine people that we have on here today. Okay.
So from the beginning, Change Tomorrow Today, 365 Incorporated is just what the name says, that you can change tomorrow, today, 365 days a year. And so the mission started because I had a sister group. And, we would meet every Thursday, once a week. And I had 15 ladies in the first group, young ladies in the first group. And so many of their lives were changed because we were meeting as sisters in love with one another, praying for one another, sharing our hopes and dreams, and trying to get to that part where we all want to be, which is to walk in our purpose. And because of that sister group that I started, I was prompted to start it by someone in the community. It made a spiritual, physical, and mental difference in the ladies' lives who attended that sister first meeting. And from that, I proceeded to do sister and sister many other times with the same purpose and goals and the missions. And so Change Tomorrow Today, that's just one little fraction of it. But that was the beginning of formulating the nonprofit, because we don't just want to help sisters, we want to do brothers. We especially want to get to our younger generation, do whatever it takes to inspire, to motivate, to encourage, to lift up, to teach them a new way of doing things, because we want to grow generations. It's a must that we grow generations who are going to become and be able to be self-sufficient. It's imperative that we do that. And so that's what Change Tomorrow Today 365 will be incorporating, and has incorporated into their mission and into their vision, to help any and everyone, regardless of age. And ultimately, we want to have our own school, which we're planning, called the Chosen Heritage, which is where we would teach the kids and their parents, if they want to become self-sufficient in gardening, in finances, in learning foreign languages, which we should all be exposed to, because we're kind of, Pensacola is a melting pot now with all of these different languages around us that we hear, but yet we are not able to understand. And they understand our English clearly. So it is imperative that we learn other foreign languages as well, that we learn how to put a seed in the ground, water it, and watch it grow. And that's just a brief introduction. I would offer you a visit. I'd ask you to visit the website, which is changetomorrowtoday.org, and learn more about us. If you'd like to volunteer with us with whatever your skills are, we would appreciate that as well. So I think that's a brief introduction of Change Tomorrow Today 365. So I'll stop right there, and we'll give someone an opportunity to speak.
Okay, the Change 365, that's can you tell us a little bit when did the organization start, and what the ultimate goal is of this organization, and so forth? Tony, if you will. I guess you got. First of all, let's talk about the members of this organization first of all, and because I want to give everybody an opportunity to at least speak in this. The speakers, if you will, the officers of the organization. Okay, who are the officers of this organization?
Mr. Chair, do you want to? We have our chair for Change Tomorrow Today.
Leroy's the chair?
Yes.
How about it, Leroy? Talk to about in terms of the organization, the officers of the organization and so forth. So, and I know some of these fine people here as a member of this organization.
Yeah, so we currently have Chantrell on here too. She's our secretary. I'm the chair, of course. We have two other officers that were unable to make it.